His name could be John, or Mark, or David. He's 45. He has a good job, a family he loves, and he's built a life he should be proud of. But every morning starts the same. A deep bone-weary fatigue that coffee can't touch. He goes to the gym, but the weights feel heavier and the progress has stalled. The ambition that once burned bright now feels like a pilot light, flickering and weak. He's more irritable, less patient, and that fire, that drive he used to have, it's a distant memory. This story is a quiet reality for millions of men over 40. They chalk it up to just getting older. They say, this is what happens when you have a mortgage and kids. They accept it as their new normal. In this video, we are not just going to talk about low testosterone. We're going to uncover why, for men over 40, ignoring this hormone isn't just a mistake. It's a decision that can silently sabotage your health, your career, your relationships, and your entire quality of life. Stay with me, because understanding this is the first, most critical step to taking back control. But what if it's not normal? What if it's a warning sign? Part 1. The slow leak most men ignore. First, let's be clear. A gradual decline in testosterone is a natural part of aging. Starting around age 30, a man's testosterone levels typically drop by about 1% per year. Think of this as a slow, predictable leak in a tire. It's manageable. But for a huge number of men over 40, it's not a slow leak. It's a blowout. The decline is accelerated by our modern lifestyle. Chronic stress, poor sleep, bad nutrition, and a lack of the right kind of movement. Suddenly, that 1% decline becomes 2%, 3%, or even more per year. The engine of your manhood starts sputtering, not because it's old, but because it's running out of fuel. So what is this fuel? What does testosterone actually do for a man in his prime? It's not just about sex drive and muscles. It is the foundational hormone for male vitality, your mental armor. Testosterone is crucial for mood stability, confidence, and competitive drive. It helps fight off feelings of depression and apathy. Your cognitive edge. It plays a key role in memory, focus, and spatial reasoning. That brain fog you're feeling, it's a hallmark symptom. Your body's engine. It dictates how your body uses energy. It tells your body to build muscle and burn fat. When it's low, your body gets the opposite signal. Store fat, especially dangerous visceral fat around your organs, and let muscle waste away. Your physical foundation. It's essential for maintaining strong bones, preventing osteoporosis later in life, a condition many men don't realize they are at risk for. Part 2. The 5 alarms your body is sounding. So how do you know if your slow leak has become a serious problem? Your body sends out clear alarms. The tragedy is that most men are hitting the snooze button on them. Let's go through the 5 biggest alarms, and I want you to honestly ask yourself if these sound familiar. Do you find yourself struggling to find words? Do you walk into a room and forget why you're there? Do you feel a constant low-level irritability? That's the mental fog of low T. Your brain has a high concentration of testosterone receptors, especially in areas responsible for memory and focus. More importantly, that classic grumpy old man stereotype is often just a man with untreated low testosterone. The confidence and zest for life are replaced by apathy, anxiety, or even full-blown depression. If your outlook on life has become progressively more gray, your hormones could be a primary cause. This is the one men often notice first, but misunderstand. You're eating the same and working out, but you're losing muscle and gaining fat, especially around your stomach. This is a direct hormonal signal. Low testosterone shifts your body's composition. It makes it incredibly difficult to lose belly fat and almost impossible to build or even maintain lean muscle mass. You're not just out of shape. Your body is actively working against you. This also includes gynecomastia, or the development of breast tissue, as the balance between testosterone and estrogen shifts. Let's be direct. This is a huge one. It starts with a lower interest in sex. Your libido, your sex drive, is directly fueled by testosterone. Then it can progress to difficulty achieving or maintaining erections. While ED can have many causes, a decline in testosterone is a major contributing factor because it affects both desire and the physiological mechanisms of an erection. Ignoring this doesn't just impact you. It can put a significant strain on your relationship. Do you feel like you just don't recover from workouts anymore? Are you constantly sore? Are your joints always aching? Testosterone has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and is vital for protein synthesis, the process of repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue. When T is low, your recovery time plummets. You're more prone to injury, and the normal aches and pains of life linger for much longer. Part 3. The mistakes men over 40 make that crush testosterone. These alarms aren't random. They are often the result of specific lifestyle habits that men in their 40s and 50s fall into. These are the mistakes that turn a slow leak into a blowout. This is the number one killer. Our culture praises the hustle, but for a man over 40, sacrificing sleep is like taking a sledgehammer to your testosterone. Your body produces the majority of its testosterone while you sleep, specifically during deep sleep and REM cycles. If you're consistently getting less than 7 hours of quality sleep, you are systematically dismantling your hormonal production line. One study showed that just 1 week of sleeping 5 hours per night lowered testosterone levels in healthy young men by 10 to 15%. Imagine what years of this does to a 45-year-old. We were raised in the low-fat era, but that was a disaster for hormonal health. Your body needs healthy dietary fats from sources like avocados, olive oil, nuts, and eggs to produce testosterone. Cholesterol is the precursor molecule for all sex hormones. At the same time, we're eating more sugar and refined carbs than ever, which spikes insulin and promotes visceral belly fat. This belly fat is not inactive. It's an estrogen-producing factory in your body. It contains an enzyme called aromatase, which converts your precious testosterone directly into estrogen. It's a vicious cycle. Low T causes belly fat, and belly fat lowers T even more. While jogging is good for your heart, it does very little to boost testosterone. The type of exercise that signals your body to produce more T is resistance training. Lifting heavy things, using compound movements like squats, deadlifts, and overhead presses sends a powerful survival signal to your endocrine system that says, I need to be strong and capable. This is the stimulus your body needs. A sedentary lifestyle sends the opposite signal. We are shutting down. A man in his 40s is often at the peak of his career and family responsibilities. This means peak stress. When you are chronically stressed, your body pumps out the stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol and testosterone have an inverse relationship. They are hormonal rivals. When cortisol is high, testosterone production is suppressed. Your body literally has to choose between fight or flight and rest and build, and it will always prioritize survival. If you are living in a constant state of low-grade panic, your hormonal system will stay in survival mode, and your T levels will pay the price. Part 4, the crossroads, your action plan. Okay, so you recognize the alarms, you see the mistakes. It can feel overwhelming, but this is not a diagnosis of doom. This is a call to action. You are at a crossroads, and you have the power to choose a different path. Here is your blueprint. You cannot manage what you do not measure. The first and most critical step is to get a blood test. Don't buy questionable supplements online or just guess. Go to a doctor and ask for a full hormone panel. You need to know your total testosterone, your free testosterone. This is the active usable hormone. And ideally, your SHBG, LH, and estradiol levels. This gives you your baseline. This is your starting point. Before you even think about medical interventions, you must fix the lifestyle mistakes. You have to earn the right. For 90 days, commit to this. Sleep. Make 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep a non-negotiable priority. Nutrition. Eat whole foods. Prioritize protein, healthy fats, and vegetables. Viciously cut down on sugar, processed foods, and excessive alcohol. Training. Engage in resistance training 3 to 4 times per week. Focus on compound lifts. Stress management. Find a practice that works for you. This could be meditation, deep breathing, a walk in nature, or a hobby that gets you into a state of flow. For many men, simply fixing these 4 pillars can result in a dramatic improvement in their testosterone levels and how they feel. If you've built a solid lifestyle foundation and your levels are still clinically low and you have symptoms, then it's time to have an informed conversation with a qualified doctor about testosterone replacement therapy, TRT. TRT is not a magic bullet. It's a serious medical treatment with potential side effects and requires ongoing monitoring. It is not for the guy who wants a shortcut without fixing his sleep or diet. But for men with legitimate diagnosed hypogonadism, it can be life-changing. It can restore your energy, your mental clarity, and your vitality. The key is to work with a doctor who specializes in men's health and who will help you weigh the pros and cons for your specific situation. It's about your quality of life. Let's go back to that man at the kitchen table. He has 2 futures. In one, he accepts his fatigue, his brain fog, and his low drive as inevitable. He slowly fades, becoming a passenger in his own life. In the other future, he recognizes the warning signs for what they are. He decides that just getting older is not an acceptable answer. He takes responsibility. He gets tested. He fixes his sleep, cleans up his diet, starts lifting heavy, and manages his stress. He has an honest conversation with his doctor, and slowly but surely, he starts to feel it. The energy returns, the fog lifts, the fire inside him, the drive, the ambition, it reignites. He is not just surviving anymore. He is thriving. He's present for his family. He's engaged in his work. He feels like himself again. Taking your testosterone seriously after 40 isn't about vanity or being a bodybuilder. It's about your quality of life. It's about having the energy and vitality to be the man, the partner, and the father you want to be. It's about choosing not to fade away. The choice is yours.